All right, let's jump right into this explainer and break down exactly where the U.S. men's national team stands heading into a truly historic World Cup on home soil. We're looking at these absolutely critical final send-off matches under Mauricio Pochettino. And guys, the stakes, they literally could not be higher right now.
To really grasp the gravity of the situation, just listen to this incredible quote. It perfectly captures the generational impact of hosting this tournament, kind of like the '94 World Cup did, right? These players have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to inspire a whole new generation. The kids sitting in those stadiums are watching them and dreaming big about what soccer could mean for their own futures. It's huge.
And the pressure to actually deliver for that next generation? It's immense. Because get this, there are exactly 90 minutes of gameplay remaining. That's it. Just 90 minutes of action left before the World Cup officially kicks off with their Friday opener against Paraguay. There is absolutely zero margin for error left on the table at this point.
So here's our roadmap to uncover this team's true readiness. 1. The home World Cup stakes. 2. Battling a European heavyweight. 3. Sun and South Korea strike. 4. Pochettino's defensive dilemmas. And 5. Final verdict before kickoff.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the home World Cup stakes, setting the stage for 2026.
What's fascinating here is the sheer contrast in these final tests. On one hand, you have Germany, a four-time world champion, an absolute physical European powerhouse, coming off a dominant 4-0 win over Finland. And then, completely shifting gears, you've got South Korea, a World Cup-bound squad featuring global megastars like Son Heung-min, who are famous for their incredible tactical discipline. These are two vastly different styles designed to rigorously test literally every single aspect of the American system.
Let's move to Section 2, battling a European heavyweight, the 1-2 defeat against Germany in Chicago.
Under the blazing sun at Soldier Field, the U.S. went toe-to-toe with a German squad that immediately put them under the microscope. Talk about a roller coaster of extreme highs and lows. Right out of the gate, in the second minute, the defense hesitates and they concede a frustratingly slow goal to Kai Havertz. I mean, giving up a goal in the second minute is certainly one way to test your resilience, right? But then, first half, they battle all the way back to level the match through Anthony Robinson. Sadly, in the second half, Leroy Sané fires a shot that takes a brutal deflection off Robinson's legs. It makes it incredibly hard for the keeper to reset his feet, and that results in the winning goal. Heartbreak. But hey, despite the loss, the crucial takeaway here is that the U.S. definitely has moments of absolute magic in them. I mean, the commentator literally screamed, "You cannot hit a ball any sweeter than this," when reacting to Robinson's stunning long-range equalizer. It was an absolute rocket. It really proved this team can punch back against the best in the world.
And offensively, they really showed they could dominate tight spaces against a massive European giant. Christian Pulisic was floating around dictating the game and just drawing foul after foul against tough defenders like Ta. You had Sergiño Dest using these smart little shimmies, pretending to go outside and cutting in, which generated wave after wave of corner kicks. The attack had real bite. They flashed a ton of creative brilliance and honestly kept Germany on their toes for a solid hour.
Moving right along to Section 3, Sun and South Korea strike, the 0-2 defeat in Harrison, New Jersey.
Stepping into a hostile, loud stadium just 10 miles from the World Cup final venue, a very different reality unfolded. Here's the exact tactical breakdown that allowed South Korea to double their lead in the 43rd minute. Step 1, a complete lack of defensive pressure 30 yards out from the goal. Step 2, the defense allows 3 totally uncontested touches in tight quarters. And Step 3, Son Heung-min, literally one of the most dangerous players on the pitch, is left completely, unbelievably wide open to finish the play. They dismantled the U.S. defense with frightening ease, just sliced right through them. 18. That is the minute mark when Son scored his first irresistible goal of the night. And you know how it happened? The very second the U.S. defender, Blackman, lost sight of him for just a fraction of a moment. He just glanced away. That is all it takes for a world-class talent to absolutely punish you. 1 second you're fine, the next, the ball's in the back of the net.
Let's look at Section 4, Pochettino's defensive dilemmas, exposing the fatal flaws.
So, looking at these issues, these aren't just minor mistakes, guys. We are talking about structural vulnerabilities. There's a deadly trend of taking way too long to get into matches. You simply cannot go down in the second minute against Germany or the 18th minute against South Korea. That's practically spotting world-class opponents a goal before the fans have even found their seats. We saw hesitations in the box, defenders losing track of attackers, and uncontested interchanges 30 yards from the goal. And offensively, they really struggled early on without key attacking stars like Gio Reyna and Weston McKennie out there on the pitch.
This blunt assessment from the match commentator really says it all. And frankly, it is hard to disagree. It's completely unacceptable for Son to be that wide open. You simply cannot give a player of Son's caliber that much space and expect to survive a deep World Cup run. The defensive focus just was not there. And honestly, the US got outclassed in both class and tactics on the night.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Final Verdict Before Kickoff, the reality check.
As we wrap up this explainer, we have to synthesize these performances. Their recent track record reveals a wildly inconsistent team. Just a week before playing Germany, they had a thrilling 3-2 win against Senegal, which proved the attack absolutely can generate goals. But then, a 1-2 loss to Germany exposed their vulnerability to early errors. And that was followed by a 2-0 loss to South Korea, where poor defense left them entirely outclassed. So what we have is an undeniable offensive spark, paired with, unfortunately, some glaring defensive fragility.
So, I'll leave you with this provocative thought as we count down to Friday's kickoff against Paraguay. With everything we've just covered, are these correctable mistakes that Mauricio